What is up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden YouTube channel, and this year is a very challenging Madden. Make no bones about it, the defensive side of the ball is very tough, but I find that most players online are settling on the double Mabel defense, and this has given rise to a route combo that was very popular last year in Madden 23 for other reasons as the primary beater for the double Mabel coverage, and that route concept is called double corner. Double corner is a great concept because essentially what we're getting is we're getting two routes that are going to run vertically and then run horizontally at kind of the same angle but different depths and break towards the sideline. This will allow you to really easily pull zones vertically or horizontally and find yourself with an up pass lead to the deeper corner or a down pass lead to the shorter corner. And a lot of players that set those 35 Mabels are going to struggle with countering this. Now, before I break down the plays that we're going to run in the Jets, if you guys want to check out my strategy website, make sure you guys head over to gridirongameplans.gg. I've got so much content. I talk about it in every video. I'm not going to waste too much of your time here today, but we got well over 100 vault updates in the vault in just 3 months. We got 8 game plans on the website, Discord access. We have so many members in the Discord helping each other out, and you guys can attend lab sessions every week. So definitely go check it out. $9.95 a month unlocks everything. Now let's go ahead and talk about double corner. So the formation that we're going to run here is the corner strike. When you're facing double Mabel, the two defenses that you're oftentimes going to face are going to be the 4-3 even 6-1, or you're going to face dollar. People also like to Mabel out of every other defense in the game, so be prepared for that coverage no matter what you're facing. But what they're going to do is they're going to set their flats to 30 and they're going to set their curl flats to 0, 5, or sometimes 10. But most players are going to go 30 and 5. And the play that most players tend to base out of when they run this is either going to be cover 2 or cover 4 drop, just because it's a lot easier to set up. So what they're going to do is they're going to base align and press. They are going to back off their outside corners. If you guys don't know how to do this individually, you're basically going to hit Y, A for individual, choose the X receiver and the B receiver. And when you choose them, it's going to bring up the options for those receivers. Right stick backs up a player, so I've already backed up the outside corners. You saw I just backed off at the slot. You can also press individually on receivers too. But typically when you see both those corners back up like that, that's the tell that it's Mabel coverage. And they're going to run those purple zones short in the flat for 5 yards, and they're going to run those blue zones they backed up at 30. And of course, this is designed to make it so it's very hard to throw corner routes to the sideline. Or is it? So take a look at this play right here in the gun, bunch, strong offset in the Jets playbook, and it's called corner strike. You see that we got this shorter corner to Metcalf. It's a little bit of a flatter break. What a lot of pro players will do is they'll put a second slot apprentice or hot route master corner over the top of it. And you see that it creates a nice little bit of separation. And then they'll basically send the tight end down the middle of the field to split the safeties in cover 2. And maybe even give themselves a little bit of a check down in the flat in the event that maybe your opponent mans up the shorter corner route and leaves the flat wide open. But this is basically a 4-route flood against 3 zones on the sideline. Not only is it kind of the geometry of the double corner benefiting us and we don't need all these routes, but the math of this is also really flooding this as well. And what you're going to see is that, yeah, they have a backed up blue for 30 to guard our deeper corner, but you're actually going to be in a much better spot where this shorter corner is going to be able to stay underneath of it. And that's going to be a down and outside pass lead on the sideline and a toe tap for a gain of about 15 to 17. So it's a really easy throw, nothing too crazy. And then, of course, if they're super worried about, trying to defend that, maybe they're going to man up that particular player, still maybe play their Mabel coverage on the outside. And from there, again, that's why I recommend that you guys have this quick throw to the flat, because if you see that there's no one out there, you can go ahead and get this ball out, scamper upfield, make a juke. You guys know how the game works after the catch. So that is one example of a double corner that is really good. But that's actually not the only corner route in this formation that is very viable. In fact, the Jets playbook has another one in this exact same formation out of the play flood. And this one is deadly because the tight end runs a super deep corner that cannot be defended by even a backed up zone drop. So if I were to run this exact same coverage, which again, a lot of players are, you're going to actually note that we can run the B receiver on a corner, and you see that there's a good gap between those, and then just run the right bumper down the seam. You can still give yourself your check down. But if you hold on to the ball on this, you're going to notice that there is a giant gap for Olsen, and you could just up pass lead over the top of a 30 for a gain of about 36, 37 yards. They cannot get back on this throw. It is really difficult. If you guys are enjoying today's YouTube video, make sure you guys take the time to give the video a like, maybe even drop a comment below. hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you're notified of all the uploads here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. We upload 5 times a week, in the morning with our long form content, and we drop shorts in the afternoon. The next play that we're going to break down that you can utilize the double corner out of is going to be in the West Coast bunch. And the play that you're going to be taking a look at is stick. Stick, very similar to the corner strike in the Jets bunch strong, is very, very good because it allows you to use the outside corner on a shorter corner for the purpose of beating this coverage. This time we're going to run the 4-3 even 6-1. Again, you're going to notice that they're going to run the double Mabel. They're going to press. They're going to back off individually, and they're going to try to come down here and guarantee their pressure. Now, with this play, this is a disengage blitz. So we have to remember against the 4-3 even 6-1, we actually slide protect to the left. And then from there, you can choose to block the running back or send him out on a route. Usually this is good enough to block the 4-man rush. But again, with this concept, you're going to run the double corners. You can run a backside drag, whatever it is you want. And you're going to see that, again, this B receiver is just going to fry. It's a down and outside pass lead. You're going to be able to throw that in pretty easily. So that is another example of the double corner meta. Now let's head over to my playbook. And now we are in the Kansas City Chiefs offensive playbook, and we're going to break down a play that was arguably my favorite play last year. And I'm just going to show you that we can actually run this again this year. And this is verticals out of the X nasty. Now with this, we're going to need to motion across a player. And you're going to see here that we get a crazy double corner combo. And with this is going to allow us pretty easily to throw the ball to the wide side of the field over the top of the 30-yard. But you'll note that you can actually get this ball in with an up pass lead over the top of the 30 to the wide side of the field. And it'll be very hard, even with pick artists, for them to get that animation. Furthermore, the deep half zone that a lot of players will utilize in a double Mabel does not get over to the super deep corner on this play either. So if you guys have enough time, one thing that you could do is leave this deep crossing route to Thomas. I know it sounds crazy, but you'll definitely notice that this route can be thrown down and outside on the sideline, and that deep half does not get there. So this actually kills the 30-yard setting over the top of it. So they can't run a 30, a 5, and then a deep half. They're going to have to run their Mabel with outside third adjustments. But you can kind of see that the double corner concept can be applied to a lot of playbooks in the game. I just broke down several examples. You guys can find this in whatever playbook you want. So go ahead and search through whatever you have. Try to find a way to implement this into your game. You may need to utilize motion like I just showed you in Kansas City. It's something that can be done, and it's very frustrating for the Mabel meta. You'll be able to move the ball with ease against this. And it's supposed to be a defense that makes you have to dink and dunk your way up the field. Obviously, that's not the case. But that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. We'll see you guys right back here tomorrow with our next YouTube upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.